Poor Mima here. She's got food poisoning, yucky lungs, soggy feet, she's hungry, chilly surroundings. Yeah, I see why your stress is at 92. It's okay, Max. It's not that bad. Hey guys, Comet here. Welcome to the first episode in my Extreme Hardcore series. Yes, the people have spoken, and the majority of you want to see me and my dupes suffer. So let me quickly go over some of the mods I'll be using. Pliers and ChainedDeconstruction, of course. Those two are almost essential. Clean floors, because I like clean floors. The deconstructible points of interest, because those are just annoying when they're in the way. Deconstructible features, just to get rid of some of those useless geysers like leaky oil features. And then I found Drywall that hides pipes, just to make things look a little bit neater. And to increase the difficulty, I found this mod that restores diseases. So let me go into a new game here. Survival, of course. I'm gonna go all the way to the difficult maps over here. And there is a seed that I have picked out. The tools not included no longer works for finding good seeds. The features are completely incorrect. So what I've done instead is gone into the world gen files and edited a couple of things. So Oassisse has a tendency to spawn oil reservoirs kind of scattered around the map, and I've forced it to spawn right above the magma biome in the traditional oil biome. And I've also bumped up the number of geysers. But the defining characteristic of Oassisse, where it's that little forest in the center surrounded by sand, is still intact. So to make this as hard as possible, I'm going to increase hunger and disease, morale. Let's also max that out. Stress, I've got to max that out, of course. And I'm debating on whether or not to increase or decrease the durability on atmosuits here. Having to deal with that on the Spaced Out series was not necessarily difficult, it was just overly cumbersome. Now on Oassisse, there are a lot of marsh biomes scattered around, so getting to reed fiber wouldn't be that difficult, but I guess it wouldn't really be an extreme hardcore series if I didn't. So I'll go ahead and do one tick up from default and put it on flimsy. Stress reactions are enabled. Care packages are enabled, sandbox mode is disabled, and fast workers mode is disabled. I will be saving this to the cloud, that way I don't lose the map like I did with the science series, that would be tragic. And I guess one more thing I could point out, if you want specific world traits here, tools not included still works for that, but all of the geyser locations it points out will be incorrect. Oh, and one more thing, once I realized how easy it was to actually edit the world gen files, I tweaked the map size just a little bit. So this is a slightly larger Oassisse map than normal. So now we're on to Dupe Selection. I want a builder, a digger, and a researcher. I want to avoid the binge eaters, because I have a feeling they're going to be stressed out quite frequently, and I don't want them eating all the food. Especially when the duplicants require twice as much food now. Food's going to be a major problem. So let's reroll Herald here. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good dupe here. The increased agriculture I'm probably going to need, just because of how many plants I'm going to need for feeding all these dupes. So I'll take Mima here, and then let's reroll Hassan. Stinky here looks pretty enticing, with the +9 in digging. And Ashkin here would be almost perfect, except for this binge eater trait. So let's reroll him. Okay, I think Abe here will work. So let's rename this colony to Extreme Hardcore. And I think I will go ahead and rename these duplicants to the first 3 people that comment on this video. But anyway, let's get started here. Okay, first thing I want to do is the first thing I always do. Let's dig out this way, and dig out this way. Let's take a quick peek what's happening around here. Okay, so it looks like I'm right on the edge of the desert here, and there's some kind of a geyser. I want to get up towards these excellent fruits up here, and then maybe dig down for a carbon dioxide pit, and then put all of my oxyferns down in there, because there isn't much water. There's a little bit up here, a little bit over there. But I can't really use water for oxygen production in an electrolyzer because of the heat. So I want to try and utilize the oxyferns instead. They will take in carbon dioxide and emit oxygen. And they're on like a 3.2-ish ratio to each duplicant when they are domesticated. So with just the 3 duplicants right now, to make a sustainable system, I would need 10 oxyferns down in the bottom of the base somewhere. And I guess while I'm also on the topic of plant ratios, I'm going to need 10 mealwood plants for each duplicant. Because if we look at the calorie consumption here, change per cycle is 2,000 kilocalories. So I'm going to have to figure out a nice, cool spot to put all of my mealwood. And it'll probably be down in this area with the oxyferns, because they need to stay at the same temperature. But I'm rambling. Let's keep digging. Okay, I've got enough space here. Let's put in some beds. 1, 2, 3. And I don't actually want to be taking on very many dupes, just because of how much each one requires. And if I look at how many mealwood seeds I have, so like I said earlier, I'm going to need 30 plants to feed all of these dupes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I really only have half of the seeds I need now to feed all of these duplicants. So I've got to get a farm up and running so that I can start getting some mealwood seeds, just so that I can feed the 3 duplicants I have now. So I'm going to stick with just 3 duplicants. And I'm going to get a ladder going down here, so I can mark off where all of the floors are going to be. And then once they put these beds in, I think I'll go ahead and do the priorities and scheduling. Okay. So for priorities, Stinky will be digging. We'll put that on double priority, and then attacking, because there are some shine bugs, and I don't want any shine bugs getting over here by these beds keeping my duplicants awake. Abe can do researching, and I don't want anyone else doing any research, actually. I only want Abe to be doing the research, and then Mima here can be building on a double, and then a single on farming. So when there's nothing to build, she'll be farming. So I guess I could plan out the research station. So I'll do 1 space for a door, and then I'll do 2 small batteries. That way there's room for a jumbo battery later. And then I'll put the research station right there. I'll go ahead and dig that out. And then just to improve duplicant pathing, I like to open the bottom doors and then lock the top doors like this. So for scheduling, let's put Stinky and Abe on their own schedule here, and then offset them by 3 hours each. So this prevents them from stacking up in the bathrooms, and if any duplicant has the snoring trait, they won't all be sleeping at the same time next to the snorer. There'll only be 1 person in this bedroom at a time. Okay, I'm starting to get a toilet notification, so I can use either this water up here, or this water over here, and I think getting up to this one would actually be a little bit easier. So let's run the ladder up this way, marking off all of the floors. And this would be a good spot for the pitcher pump. Right there. And I'm thinking of putting the bathrooms maybe up in this area. Or actually, I could even put them right here. So let's see, it's gonna be wash basin, outhouse, outhouse. That would fit. But I don't know if I like the fact that the dupes will have to wash their hands every time they go and grab some water. Because I have to start thinking about diseases because of that new mod. So I think maybe right in here would be a good spot. So there'll be a door, because I need to maintain the room types, because the morale bonus from the different rooms is very important, playing on such a high morale difficulty. So I'll put doors here, so that this gets classified as a latrine. I'll do 2 wash basins, and then 2 outhouses. And then maybe over on this side can be the composts for later. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of here. This bug is keeping Abe awake. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And that one. And that one. Uh-oh. My dupes are a little unhappy. Yep, there's the mess. Okay. A little late on the bathrooms. Let's mop that up. It's okay. It'll make some polluted oxygen that they can breathe later. It's all part of the plan. And then on these wash basins here, I'm gonna set the direction to right. That way they only wash their hands when they leave. So this right over here is actually a little worrisome. I want to hurry up and get insulation going in the research station, so I can stall this heat a little longer. Okay, so they've managed to get in a pitcher pump, and now I can get some research goals going. I want to hold off on the normal first research, get the supercomputer in advanced research. That way I can go straight into temperature modulation, and then I'll return back to the food upgrades up here. Nah, idle dupes are a no-no. So Stinky's idle. Let's issue some commands here. What do I need to do next? I think maybe digging up all of this fruit here be a good use of their time. There we go. Ooh, a new printable. So, unless this is an extremely good dupe, I really don't want to be taking on dupes. So we've got a destructive duplicant, don't want you. Binge eater, don't want you. And a vomiter. You're a maybe. But I already have a researcher, so I think I'm actually going to take the sandstone, as boring as that sounds. Because until I get up enough mealwood to feed the current duplicants I have, I really don't want to take on any more dupes. If this was on an easier difficulty, I'd of course take that dupe. So if I have currently 63,000 calories, and each dupe requires 2,000, then that's 6,000 a day. So this will only last me about 10 days. So by cycle 14, I would need to have 10 farm tiles growing mealwood for each duplicant. So that's a total of 30 by cycle 14. So that goes to show why I'm not taking on any new dupes. Let's see, what else could these dupes be doing? Because once they finish delivering all the Hexalent fruit, they're going to run out of tasks. I guess I could dig over this way. Maybe dig that out, don't need that. And I could dig out this way. And maybe over that way. I don't want to dig too much until I have some type of oxygen production. Because the more space I create, the less gas there is in each tile, because it has to take up more space. I have no way of pressurizing the space I dig into. And this oxalite here is not going to last me much longer. Okay, got another idle dupe. I think I can start planning out where I want to put the millwood farms. And right in here, right in the center of the coolest part, might be the best spot. And I'm going to create like a little lip right here for CO2 to collect in this bottom layer. That way any mealwood that falls onto the ground will be preserved a little bit longer than if it was just pure oxygen. So Abe here started working on temperature modulation using the research station, but he can't use the supercomputer yet until he levels up. So let's see, how close is he to leveling up here? Okay, he's almost there. 451 XP to go. So he's about to finish. Did he level up? Okay, he just leveled up. Perfect. Now we can do advanced research. Mima is fallen asleep on the floor because I'm sure she was kept awake by the shine bug, but I probably missed it. So we'll get someone over here to remove the nuisance. And Let's preemptively get rid of those guys. So cycle 5 is over, and the New Hope bonus that they get to their morale is gone. So we're gonna start seeing some stress increases, probably. Okay, Abe just finished a very important upgrade here. We now have insulated tiling. So I want to go against the edge of the granite here and put in some protection. But I don't want it to be too difficult to put in. It would look pretty nice if it was organic like the perimeter was, but straight edges are so easy. Come along here. Then down right about there. We'll come over at this level here. And come down this way. To that level there. And then maybe at a diagonal here we come in this way. So it looks like the very bottom, where the last ladder will be, is right at this level. Here. So I think that's a decent perimeter for now. I do want to expand into this space, so that looks good. And then I can figure out the rest of this side later. So I'll dig out this way, get my dupes over to there. Dig out this way. Okay, all those commands should keep my dupes busy for a while. And then, let's see, what's the next thing I want Abe to do here? Yeah. Let's go all the way to hydroponic farms. That way I can get the oxyferns planted in some farm tiles as well. Ooh, let's see what we got here. So none of these dupes are really jumping out at me. The only one I would consider taking is someone that has improved farming. Now the fungal spore, that could be interesting. Let's take the fungal spore. Because if we look at mushrooms here, I don't normally grow these. They need to be in the dark, but their temperature range is slightly more flexible, or it goes up a little higher than mealwood. Oh, but it takes slime. Right, okay, I don't have any slime. But if I did, dust caps might be a viable alternative to mealwood, because mealwood stifle at 30. So having those 5 extra degrees might make a difference. But since I don't have slime, I just won't even worry about it. Maybe a pip will grab the fungal spore and try and plant it somewhere. That way I don't have to meet the slime requirement for a domesticated dust cap. So Abe is just about to finish. Yep, there it is. I now have farm tiles. Let's see, I said I needed 30 of these. Let's see, how long is that? 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra. Just because each plant's not going to be running at 100% efficiency all the time. And while this insulation is important to get put in, I think I'm going to increase the priority on the farm here. I want to secure a food source, and then secure an oxygen source, and then power through the insulation. Because I still have a little bit of time before the heat becomes a major problem, but I don't have quite as much time before oxygen and food becomes a problem. All of the debris that's sitting here, because it's at about 22 degrees, it's actually better to keep the debris here, because it will regulate the temperature of the farm. Like if I were to take this debris, sweep it up, and put it, you know, down in a corner somewhere, then it would keep that corner cool, rather than keeping this area cool. So as the heat tries to get in, it has to heat up all this debris, as well as the farm. Okay, all the farms are in. Copy that. Paste it to all of these. And then... I need another dupe. I really do. One to be a farmer. So let's extend this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. That way we have the capacity to take on another dupe. Because I should be getting a new one, yeah, in 0.2 of a cycle. Fingers crossed for a farmer. Okay, what did we just finish there? I forgot. Hydroponic farms. Okay, so now I can get oxygen going. But in order to supply water to the oxyferns, I need to get plumbing for the liquid pump. And while I'm at it, I might as well go into sanitation to get the better bathrooms, and then go into distillation and start recycling some of that polluted water into clean water. And that should help my water predicament, because now I can collect the polluted water from duplicants rather than just turning it into polluted dirt. Okay, let's see. Please be a farmer. Oh my god. Okay. Plus 16? I don't like narcolepsy though. Do I take max? Okay, so let's read these. Plus 10 harvesting speed, plus 5% tending speed, plus 7% seed chance, and plus 20% farmer's touch effect duration. So I'm probably not going to be worried about that last one. But that seed chance though, I can really start scaling my farm using auto, which would then give me access to more duplicants later. But I don't know if I need to scale very quickly until I have secured a water source for oxygen. And the Ugly Crier versus Vomiter, that's not really a big difference. This doesn't matter because he's going to be on his own schedule, no one's going to be sleeping at the same time he is. I would also get this Interior Decorator option for Max, so when he's not farming, he might be able to improve the base. But then Max would require higher decor in order to maintain his morale. This is actually a really difficult decision. Okay, let's think about the total overall production that both of these duplicants can provide. So if Otto is going to be falling asleep every so often, then he doesn't actually have plus 16 agriculture, right? Because he can't work for the full day. So according to the wiki here, narcoleptic dupes will be asleep for 30 seconds more than every other dupe. So within those 30 seconds, can Max make up for Otto's insane farming attributes? I don't think he can. So narcoleptic might not actually be that terrible, but then he's also unconstructive, so he can't help with building. Then you also have to take in the early bird into consideration. That will help improve the farming. Yeah, I think Max is just the overall better pick here. Because, yeah, that insane farming attribute is amazing, but I'd give up so much in order to get it, and with Max, I kind of just get everything. I think I gotta take Max here. Yeah, I'm gonna take Max. Okay. So, Max will be the designated farmer, and in your free time, you can decorate things. Let's get you on your own schedule, because you are a loud snorer. There you go. Wait. I need him to be working at these hours. Okay, let's make a new schedule and move Max to here. And then whatever duplicant I take after Max can go into this schedule up here. That way I can take advantage of his early bird attributes. And it puts him further away from whoever else might be sleeping next to him. Okay. I'm happy with that decision. We'll get some farms going. Then the next thing I need to do, because I got hydroponic tiles, is figure out where the oxyferns are going to go. And I think this is a good level here. So I want to cancel every other one and put airflow tiles there. That way they don't overpressurize. And if it is 3.2 oxyferns for every duplicant, and I have 4 duplicants at the moment, I would need 13, is my math right there? 13 of these, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and let's do one more, just for good measure, 14. So I will dig that and that out. Oh, there's another, these shine bugs. And then I need to make a bed for Max. Let me get rid of these. These pips are planting mealwood in all the wrong places. And then, what is this? Why is there a murf leaf here? Go away. So I've got to get some pipes here, and I think maybe I should use granite. Because it's more conductive. So the nearest source of water is back over here. Except it's a little too warm to use. Means I've got to use this water from up here. Let me go ahead and get a pump in. And then power can be supplied from the main line. Right there. And then to keep the oxyferns fed with carbon dioxide, I'm thinking about making a... Oh, I don't have it yet. I'm thinking about making a wood burner to take advantage of these arbor trees. Because the wood burner makes a lot of CO2. And since the oxyfern ratios aren't perfect to duplicants, you always end up with either too much oxygen or not enough CO2. So if I have something else producing CO2, not just the duplicants, then it'll balance things out a little better. Oh, and there's the narcolepsy. Wait. No, you're just exhausted. Okay. Right, because I don't have anyone making the bed for Max here. Dupes! Oh, and I have mess tables now. I probably should have put those in a while ago. Let's put them here. Across from the ration box. Okay, there's the next research. That means I can go into distillation and improve these bathrooms. So I think I'll have these farms done by cycle 14. It looks like we are on schedule. Oxygen, on the other hand, we are very behind schedule. It's like I only have enough dupes to focus on food or oxygen, but not enough to do both. I think once Abe finishes his current research here on distillation, I'm going to have him help build the rest of this stuff, because if I look at the heat, it is starting to penetrate. And I need to keep these farms intact, so I need more hands helping. Now that I've gotten all the important stuff out of the way, like the insulation and the farm tiles. Okay, new printable here. So, normally, at this point, I would probably take a chef. But if we go to the food calculator here, and I say I have 4 dupes on the hardest difficulty, all eating pickled meal, that would be 40 mealwood plants. But if I have them eating uncooked meal lice, then it's still just 40 mealwood plants. So the only benefit you get to having a chef and cooking meal lice into pickled meal is preservation. So pickled meal takes longer to spoil than mealwood, or than meal lice, but as long as you have a perfectly calibrated farm, then preservation is irrelevant. So I'm not going to bother taking a chef for a while, and I definitely don't want a shine nymph. I killed off all the ones that I had. And if I were to take another dupe, then I would need to increase my farms by another 10. And I don't quite have the space for it yet, so I think I'm actually going to reject all of these and wait for something better. So it looks like Abe just finished that last research I wanted him to. Let me just double check that there's nothing I absolutely need right now. Yeah, nothing seems to be jumping out at me. I may want to do improved plumbing later on, but as of right now, I think I'm fine. So I'll let him just figure out what he can work on. And if I look here, these are stifling because of pressure. Because I have, like, no oxygen in the base. So I need to get this done yesterday. Okay, I've got these first 2 set up here. The water's coming down. That should get these started up. And then I want to move all of the current oxyferns that the pips have planted down to the bottom. And then let's actually break into there and grab that one. And it looks like Max is a little behind on his mealwood farming here. But I do have some stored up food. I think we'll be okay. I swear, these shine bugs know exactly where to go to be annoying. I don't even know where that one came from. I thought I killed them all. Okay, well this is really bad. I have no oxygen pressure up here. I think I'll swap that over to an airflow tile. And maybe all of these here to some airflow tiles. Just so there's a bigger channel for the oxygen to flow up. I really need to get some oxygen down here, so I'm actually going to break into here. There's a lot of oxygen pressure up there. These plants aren't doing as much as I'd hoped. They're actually starting to stifle because I couldn't get this insulated tiling in time. Who is trapped? How did that happen? Let's dig you out there. Okay, so all of this should flow down out this way. Okay, the farms are repressurizing. I don't have quite enough of these, I don't think. I'm actually going to expand this out this way. I'm trying to get this insulated up so that heat stops bleeding in. But I need to get underneath it here in order to do this lower section. The next thing I actually want to do, maybe before I do all this down here... Oh, who's vomiting? Oh, Bima, why are you vomiting? Food poisoning. Oh, so I guess that mod is kicking in. Great. Yeah, but after I mop all this stuff up, what I want to put in is a water sieve and some better bathrooms. If I get rid of these old things here and replace them with the plumbed version, I could take water in and then send the clean water over to the water sieve. Have the clean water then come out of the water sieve and then go into here. And then on priority, I can swap that. And everyone is throwing up and making messes, and oh dear. I don't have enough dupes to do what I need them to do. Why are people making messes? There is a perfectly good bathroom here. Oh, just kidding. It's out of order. Okay. Well, this isn't looking too great. I'm only on cycle 17. People are vomiting because of food poisoning, but the problem is that I can't get them clean because they're walking in vomit all the time. Poor Mima here. She's got food poisoning, yucky lungs, soggy feet, she's hungry, chilly surroundings. Yeah, I see why your stress is at 92. Okay, I really need them to finish this. I don't care if Max is not farming. Stop vomiting. She threw up all over where they're picking up the granite, so now they have to walk through the vomit to get to the granite, making everyone else sick. Mima keeps throwing up and doesn't want to go get food. She's about to starve. Oh, and now Abe's crying. Oh, she was just cured of food poisoning. Oh. Oh, thank God. Go eat. Go eat something. Whew. I have never seen a dupe get that low on calories before. Oh, what does this want now? I can't take a dupe. I'm gonna take the dirt. I'm sorry. So Abe is vomiting, starving, has a sore back, he's crying. Oh my God. Go eat something. Now he's making a mess. Insufficient oxygen generation. Yes, I know. Maybe I should just leave them vomit on the ground to make polluted oxygen. It's okay, Max. It's not that bad. Okay, I think things are stabilizing again. Swapping these bathrooms was a fiasco. So things are starting to look up. All of these farms are functional again, except for this last one. It's a little too warm. But I'll be getting some insulation there in the next episode. There's enough vomit bottles on the ground to keep pressure high enough for these to always grow. I'm removing CO2 down here at the bottom and producing a little bit of oxygen. I've got some bedrooms, a mess hall, and some plumbed bathrooms going for my dupes here. I've got just a little bit of water, but it should be enough for now. They are, very stressed out, to say the least. But, I think this is going to be one of the most difficult maps I've played on. So I hope you enjoy my and my dupes suffering, because I'm sure there will be more to come. So if I zoom out here, look at our progress, you can see just how hostile this environment can be. So in the next episode, I will definitely be putting in more insulated tiling, just to encapsulate this starting biome. I want to try and dig out to some of these geysers here, see what they are, see if I can use them. Oh, and there's someone throwing up again. But I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.